chums? It's another battle report. And this time, I'm not in it, which is good, isn't it? I do sometimes wander past it, which is exciting. But if you watched my last battle report, thank you for that, if you did. Maybe the first half an hour, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I don't know. You will note that I had Chris Lynch over to my house prior to my tournament. And I also had my good friend Simon, who I play against probably the most. And after I was summarily thrashed by Chris with his orcs, Simon fancied a go. And so we thought we'd just record that as well. Why not? Since you can watch the UK Master Chris Lynch have a go at somebody else. Simon is a long-time Trident Realm player. He used to play Abyssal Dwarfs last year, but he's been playing Trident Realm a lot recently. Mostly against me and mostly beating me. That's not very hard. So, yes, we've got 1995 points. There is a special character in it, but I don't think it plays a critical part. If it does, I'll tell you about it later. So, 1995 Trident Realm versus just plain old vanilla orcs, not forged from anything. Let's have a look at those lists. So, this is Simon's Trident Realm list. It's evolved since this one, but it's nice to see it back again. So, he's got a horde of Naiad Ensnarers with a Hammer of Measured Force. So it's a nice kind of meaty kind of tar pit in the middle of the battlefield. He's got a horde of Gigas with a Chalice of Wrath to make up for the fact that they always waver. He's got a horde of Riverguard Dambusters, which I think are a hidden gem in the Trident Realm list. He's given them sharpness to make them even worse, so they hit on 3s. 18 attacks on 3s, they fly, they're nimble, they've got regen, they stride, Thunderous 2, Crush 1, and they've got an Enthrall spell as well, so yeah, pretty gross. Okay, anyway, he's got a Tidal Swarm with a Healing Brew, which he'll forget, no doubt, as everyone does. And then he's got a Nucker, a Coral Giant, and 2 Kraken. So let's say Simon likes his big monsters, and he's got 4 of them. So his Coral Giant, by the way, if you're interested, is called Carol. It's a lady Coral Giant with a giant club. And then we have a Naiad Centurion. He's now left the list, I believe, temporarily, but he's annoying. So he's got Trident of the Drowned Sea, which gives him a special ranged attack, which disorders your opponent if it hits you. And Boots of Levitation, so he can move and shoot, move at the double and shoot in the same turn. The plan, I think, is really just to shove him forward first turn and try and disorder something. That's probably his plan. And then he's got Kairokashi, the Hunter of the Deep, who is another little hero. He's also left the list now, by the way. He's speed 7, melee 3. He's not bad, 12, 14, 140 points. He scouts. He's very hitty. He's ensnaring, and he's got Hunter in the Deep, which means he doubles his attacks and gets vicious against, I think, monsters, titans, and large cavalry, from memory. So that's Simon's Trident Realm list. Lots of very annoying Ensnare. Ensnare is such a pain. I hate playing against Ensnare. Oh, God. Especially when you play Goblins, by the way. Anyway. And you will have seen this list previously if you did watch my last battle report. But just in case, let's go through it again. Chris's Orcs. 2 regiments of Morax, because they are the best. Especially when you've got a War Drum. A horde of Great Axe with a Staying Stone, making them 22-23, so less likely to waver. 3 regiments of Orklings, which are brilliant. One of which is played by a Ratkin Vermintide, because I've only got 2 regiments in my Orcs that I lent him. War Drum, because it's great. Gakamak, who is ridiculous. Hits on 2s. Who hits on 2s? Whip the Outcast, who has all the spells and gets 1 extra dice for every Orc near him. Crudger on Wind, Slasher, and then the Mulgurk's Mad Mob Formation, which gives you 2 regiments of Gore Chariots and a War Drum on a Chariot. The War Drum gains Bane Chant 2, and they all gain, I think, both Rampage and Slayer D3 if they aren't disordered. That's what the Gruesome Gores rule is. So let's have a quick look at the battlefield. Also the same as the last battle report, so a little repetitious if you do that sort of thing. There's my son reading the Beano. So we have got let's bring up a pen. We have 2 height 6 houses here. We have 2 height 6 forests here. 2 height 3 hills here. 2 height 2 walls, and then some nice flat difficult terrain. And they are once again testing out the Rack and Ruin scenario, which was written by me. Yes. It's a progressive scoring scenario, which I rather like. And I'm hoping that Mantic might notice and pick it up. You never know. So, the idea of it is you have 2 dominate circles set with their centre 18 inches from the edge of the battlefield. So, dominate circles, normal dominate circles, 12 inches in diameter. And they score in turns 3, 4, and 5. So, if you control the dominate circle in turn 3, 4, and 5, you gain 1 for each circle you control. And then there is an objective that you score at the end of the game, giving you a maximum of 7 points. Right, that's very exciting. Let's wang into deployment. So the Trident Realm's on the right and the Orcs are on the left. Okay, so with Rack and Ruin, they're obviously setting up, and what you see is that Simon has chosen sides, and he's set up first, and he's immediately put stuff quite heavily down towards the bottom token. So that he's got his Naiad Ensnarers down there eventually. He's got 1 Kraken. He's got, lots of some supporting stuff. Whereas Chris has gone very heavily right down the other end. And this is sometimes how this scenario plays out. I would say Chris has put Gakamak down here as well, hoping perhaps that Simon will be as intimidated by Gakamak as I was. But realistically, if we look at the whole deployment, right up here, Chris has got his Great Axe and his Chariots there, and he's got both Morax in the middle. Whereas Simon's stuff is very heavily down the bottom. So what we're going to see is a swing where they both go and grab 1 token each. So the bottom token is clearly going to be Simon's for most of the game, and the top token is going to be Chris's. And then they're going to scrap over the middle. That's what I think is going to happen. I already did see the game. I can't remember what happened, so we're finding out together. Isn't that nice? So Simon immediately cracked into turn 1. Because he won the roll. And I think he's just shoved generally forward, keeping out of some charge ranges, but those Naiad Ensnarers have very little to be afraid of from a regiment of Orclings and Gakamak, especially with a Nucker there who outranges Gakamak. And so I think he's just going to lightning bolt probably some Orclings. Let's see how that goes.
Okay,
that's the Thule. The Thule is the character.
Here we go. So who's lightning bolt?
Oh, in that case,
so this is lightning bolt
on Orclings.
Orclings.
Let's go.
And I moved into terrain.
So it's 5s.
So it's minus, yeah.
And you have missed all of them.
Yeah.
Good job.
So we like, okay.
Okay, so Chris's turn goes pretty much as you'd expect for Orcs. So Orcs is a very much push it forward and smash your face kind of list. There's, particularly in this list, there's no particular ranged apart from with the Outcast Lightning Bolt. And there's not a lot you do really apart from just push it forward and smash. So what you need to do is set up angles, and Chris is very, very expert at this. So you'll see he forms a very, very, very nice curve. Similar to kind of Tom Robinson's approach, where he does a lovely curve around. And what he's done, he's offered charges, but only bad ones, because he is outsped by the Kraken. And Kraken have got, if they get a good wild charge, get a ridiculous charge off. And he's basically offered him some pretty poor charges. I think Chris has offered an Orcling unit at the bottom, and he's offered 1 unit of Chariots at the top. However, that unit of Chariots is backed up by a Dragon, another unit of Chariots, and some Great Axe. So whatever Simon charges with, he's got his Frogs, his Dambusters, and his... I don't know if they're within range, but the Kraken certainly is. The Gigas definitely can't reach. It's not a great choice for him. And that's the end of the turn, apart from some quick lightning bolts. So let's watch those.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lightning bolt on this guy. God, it just feels weird not having shooting.
Okay, go.
Alright, 6 lightning bolt. No. Good start.
Good
boys.
job, everyone.
As I said, it feels
Lightning
very
bolt
weird not
is
having shooting.
extravaganza.
Off you go.
So one of the things that Chris did do is push Gakamak forward and just put him in a place whereby he could be charged by the Nucker, but he's facing sideways, so he can then shoot off to support. So Simon pretty much just goes, okay, I'll take that. And notice that Simon, it's interesting, he spends an inordinate amount of time measuring in this turn. And one of the things that Simon often talk about is that he does fall into analysis paralysis. And obviously they're practice game here, so the clock isn't on. But on a clock, if you fall into analysis paralysis, you can burn up your clock super fast. You've just got to sometimes just go for it. But Simon's a very measured, careful player. Measured, it's a pun. Anyway, eventually, he does decide to take the Nucker into Gakamak and just pushes forward his Ensnarers into the field. So he basically is only offering hindered charges into Ensnaring, which sucks. He takes one Kraken into the Orclings along with his tidal swarm that he'd scouted forward earlier. Now this unit in the middle is the Dambusters, that's the flying unit, so he puts them on a hedge, so whoever charges them, if he gets a good wild charge off, although I'm not sure those Morax can get past the tidal swarm, then they'll be hindered. And at the top he takes a more careful approach rather than taking the very obvious trap. He simply moves backwards a little bit, so he's not offering... I think maybe he's offering the Kraken to the one unit of chariots, or possibly to the dragon, and that being not a great charge, because then you'll get Dambusters in the flank. So he's kind of done, I guess, to Chris what Chris was doing to him, which is offering him charges but only bad ones. He has semi-sacrificed a Kraken in the middle here by giving 2 Morax the chance to go into it, but they're going into ensnares. They'll be hitting on 4s. Kraken's got a decent nerve, rubbish defense, but it is backed up by a Coral Giant and some ensnarers, so it's not a terrible strategy, I would say. But the token down the bottom is what's important, and from next turn, that's definitely Simon's, and I would say for 3 turns without much to threaten it.
Not necessarily.
So shooting is going to be my Centurion shooting at your chariots.
Go for it.
He's not having a good day, is he?
3s to hit, by the way. That was a 2. So 1 hit, piercing 1.
Nope.
There we go.
Garbage.
Take it. Or
So
which one are you going first?
They've got 12-inch range shooting tongues, so nothing.
Can't do jack.
Obviously,
Combat?
Combat. Yeah, there's nothing else. So combat phase. Naka against.
Gakamak.
5 on.
So 6 attacks on 3s.
Oh, it's 6 attacks. Okay, fair enough. Fucking nuggets.
Crush 1, Thunder 1, so 3s. 2 damage.
Where's that box of dice gone?
There's
dice here. There's dice here.
Did you know of him? Did you do his note?
He's got Fury.
Has he got Fury?
If I have to. I'm anticipating not succeeding, so.
Well, he's got Fury
Pretty
anyway.
sure he's got Fury. Well, if he double 6 it, then I couldn't charge something else.
5 to nothing. 5. Don't care.
Yeah, he's got Fury.
Naka, Kraken against Swarm. So this guy gets Rampage D3. 2 extra.
In that box.
I know. So.
Rampage doesn't count, it's only a 1. Brilliant if you don't kill these guys.
Wow, that's a terrible roll.
2s.
Okay.
5 damage.
I mean, it's only all things,
They're
but...
going to die. I'm not even sure I left them in. Well, they are in range of firing at least. Thank you.
And then my tidal.
How much was it? 5?
Yeah.
My tidal.
Hindered
swarm.
tidal swarm.
Yeah.
If you don't kill these guys.
1. With a wound.
In fact, 6. To be honest, you'll probably just wave at them and.
What am I doing?
It's dead.
Well,
I knew that.
That was a 10.
Doesn't count. Great roll.
Unless you want me to place it at 10 in.
This is his nerve dice. He rolls 3.
again.
All 3! Oh, it's not wavered! Where is it?
9.
Orclings. 10, 12. 9.
Nothing.
Yes!
Not even wavered.
And I haven't got brutal.
No, you don't. Oh, no, you gotta beat up Whip.
Yeah.
My mistake.
Oh yeah, one more.
So
So
5
that's
attacks.
5 attacks.
Hindered.
On 4s.
Well, I'll take it.
What is it with my
Oh.
dice?
Oh.
Please. It's
This
defense.
dodgy place. This dodgy
Yeah.
place.
We can
Trust
take
me.
our dice,
so
so we just be
3.
clear.
Ah!
Yay!
1 wound.
1 wound. Enough.
Yeah,
to stop him
that's-
casting.
Number 1!
I'm not sure it's that big a deal.
Garbages of garbages. Not
Okay.
very good. Yeah, your turn.
What do I do though?
So sorry, I missed there that Simon's Centurion, Knight Centurion, charged in to whip the outcast who's hiding between the Morax. I think he managed to do that without. So he's got them in through the little gap, managed to shut down his casting, which is quite clever. So what does Chris do in response? So Gakamak does countercharge the Nucker. And then he decides really he's just going to go in. So this is where I know that the good players, because they tell me to do this, they do some maths in their head. They kind of like make some trades. So he's taken in one of the chariots and the dragon into the gigas. Okay, now there's a fair chance of busting up those gigas. So let's assume the gigas die. What you have then is you have these tree leapers, a coral giant, and a kraken. In exchange, so that probably means this chariot is going to die, but the dragon is going to be protected. And then you've got another unit of chariots and a horde of great axe. So in that trade-off, if you count the trades, actually I think Chris does win out in the long run. even with all of the ensnare and the nerve that's there. The Great Axe on their own are just a very, very formidable unit. So I think that's probably his thinking, why he's kind of committed there, because he figures he can lose a unit and he's still got the dragon then to fly over the back and be very nasty. Then in the middle he takes, he countercharges the Kraken with his Orclings, which is hilarious, and then goes Morax into Tidal Swarm to try and take them out in a single go, and he turns the other Morax round just to face that Centurion. So that's more of a holding action there, I think, but let's see how the turn plays out.
Okay. Alright, well, we'll start over here then. We'll do this one first. So, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 attacks from the big guy.
Yep.
3s and 3s.
Yeah.
No. Okay, about average. 3s. Pretty good. Not bad. 6.
600 is very good.
And then we'll do D3 from the other guys. So 2. So 14.
What have they got?
They get Rampage and Slayer.
Oh, they get both, is it?
Yeah. But only when they're not disordered. So had you shot them?
Yeah. Which is, like I say, what I wanted.
So they're hindered, so it's 4s, and then they're Crush 2, Thunder 1. Because they're normally Thunder 2 and they've got Bane chances. So 4s and 3s. Ooh! Not good. And 3s. Nice conversion here, boys. Come on! Nope. 5.
5. So that makes 11.
And how much?
15, 17, so a 6 to kill.
That's 4. There's a Weaver.
Fury?
Yeah,
Fury.
Fury.
Rubbish.
Travis Roth, so yep.
Yeah.
Which is the correct item to give Gigas. That was close.
I know.
I would have done the same thing, gone for that, definitely.
Previously I've given that to these guys.
I might not not do it in the actual event, but for
It's better to
funsies.
do it now and learn. And see
They are.
what happens.
I presume the Kraken has ensnare.
Of course.
So 6s for these
On the
guys,
flank.
which you will then probably regen all of anyway. So 3
You're
hits,
gonna waver
4
this thing
hits,
now. You're going to waver this thing.
4 hits, defense
What the
4,
hell?
1 wound, double 6, please. That is
That
not a
would
double
be so
6.
funny.
Yeah.
5, 7. We'll do Gak next. Oh. Gak on the knucker.
Ain't snare.
So 3s.
Yay!
Did
I
work.
put you.
Yeah.
I put you.
And 5 wounds.
Of course, that's now going to kill me.
There's no inspiring. That's a 8 plus 5 is wavered. Morax.
You didn't think you'd do that.
Well, I was hoping to kill those guys. That's problematic because now those chariots are very dead.
Yeah.
The Morax are going to try and murder these guys. Are they in snare as well?
Yes, Tiger Swarm.
For God's sake. Everything.
Love it.
Another 3. I think that's all. Yeah.
And defense 2.
Morax hitting like.
I laugh at your code crushing.
Yeah. Irrelevant crushing.
Is that it?
5. No, sorry.
That was
9. 9. Yeah. There's a 6.
Dead.
Presumably
No
no inspiring. 4. Now, what do we do here? Because if I back up, then I'm going to potentially put myself in Kraken range. So actually, they're just going to stay where they are and eat a double charge. Actually, no, because you're going to flank those guys with the Kraken, and then you'll double charge here probably.
Will I?
Oh,
I mean, you can just go in here. Kraken can't hit anything, so he basically has to go there. Yeah, off you go.
So kind.
10-3? Now I left that in the video there because it's actually if you're into playing tactically, that's something you can do, which is tell your opponent what they can do, even if it's not everything they can do, because it's very hard for them then to get what you've told them out of their head. So I'm sure Chris didn't mean that way, but watching it back, it's like, now I can't think of anything else to do, and you'll see. So at the bottom, the wavered knucker just backs up. And initially you might think, oh, he's left those ensnarers in the flank of Gakamak, but he turns them around later. And then after an inordinate amount of turning and deciding, what do I do here, what do I do there, he does exactly what Chris said he would do, which he double charges the Coral Giant and the Dam Busters into those Morax, and then the Kraken flank charges the chariot, and I believe the gigas go into the dragon. They probably should, otherwise it's going to fly away. And then the Centurion. It's either I don't know if it's a Centurion or it's Koyosha, the special character. I can't remember which one it is. I'm so sorry. Maybe we'll hear a little clue later on, but it goes back in to whip the Outcast to stop him casting here. So let's see how that goes.
We'll start with my brush again. Whip.
Yeah.
Combat. Boom. 3s to hit this time. What's his defence?
4.
So 1 wound.
Oh, for God's sake.
Wow.
3!
I am not liking that so far.
The nerve?
Nerve?
Probably I should have done it hit your drum. 6.
No, he's fine. I mean, you can't cast though, can you? So.
Oh well, he's dead now, but who cares? We'll go against the dragon next with the Centurion and the Gigas. So Centurion, 5 attacks on 3s.
Keep going, Si.
Crush 1.
And nothing, please. 1
Wound.
damage. 1 damage.
Now the Gigas, 6 attacks on 12. Sorry, 12 attacks on 3.
0 to 6 attacks on 12s.
12 attacks on 3s, isn't it? And then they're what? Crush?
Crush 2 vicious.
Okay, so 3s. Oh, vicious as well.
Yeah,
Sexy.
tasty.
That's pretty good. 7 wounds.
For 7.
8.
Yeah, tasty.
8 on a dragon.
You need a
Double 6.
reroll.
That's a dead.
That's a 10.
Is that dead? He's killed the dragon
18.
in 1! 15, 17, 17, 19.
Oh no, I haven't brought the wall. I haven't brought the drum in. It's not in range, I don't think.
What was that second one? A 10? An 8,
That's
18?
enough.
No, it's wavered. 17, 19, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Wavered.
18.
17, 19 on here.
Waver!
Sorry, I was counting. Yeah,
Man, if they killed the dragon in 1, that would have been
Sorry,
brilliant.
it's got fury.
My dice roll.
He's got fury, of course he has.
Crack him in the flank.
Yeah, crack him in the flank. So that's 24 attacks.
Giga's dead then. In fact, kill the character.
No, he won't kill the character.
That's the problem, yeah.
So he won't kill the character. 12, 14 with the things he's got in snare. So
24 on 4s.
Yeah.
So this is, Kraken.
yeah.
4s. That was not good.
That's pretty good. You double attacks, right? So
Yeah. But it's only 24 on 4s. Crush 2, so 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
okay. Again, they're not rallied by the drum. Mistake.
Yeah.
Using his bloody skull dice. High rolls every time. 3.
Yes!
Not a high roll.
Yes!
You
How much
can't
damage?
say that
8.
it-
8.
I gave him them skull dice, just so you know.
Take them back.
Kraken into your Orclins.
Perfect. This
That
is
I should have already
perfect.
killed.
Loving this. Loving this.
So Rampage.
Yeah.
3. Makes all the difference. 4s.
Well, which one's this, sorry?
That is an
Orclins.
appalling
They're on
roll.
6 damage. They're dead.
These are garbage rolls I'm getting. 2s. 3 1s. What
So
the
they're
hell?
up to 9. It's the double one.
Oh.
I knew it. I knew that. There you go. Dead.
Reroll for the inspiring.
And again.
Dead
Orclings are finally carcated.
Boom.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that.
yeah. There's
Do
bits of
every
orc
time.
everywhere.
Gonna stay there.
And that's just going to spin around so it's facing directly that way. Instead
Facing
of
this way.
Yes,
this way.
because that's
This way.
it's actually
Yeah.
facing forward. That's the front there, and it's directly in line with these
Yeah,
guys.
so that's fine. Yeah. Okay.
Might be a millimetre off, but yeah, they're directly in line. Now against your poor Morax, I get to see the giant in play. What's he? 8 attacks plus 2d6.
Rampage, right?
4. Measly 4. 4s.
If you whiff the giant roll, no, that's pretty good. Spoke too soon. And 2s.
2s.
Couple of ones. How many?
6 damage.
6. Okay.
Giant.
And then what was the other?
And now the frogs.
6. If they survive, things could get
18 attacks on
interesting.
3s. Thanks
These
to
frogs are
plus 1 to hit.
Yeah, 3s and 2s, isn't it? Yeah, I think these boys are toast. Give me some 1s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So 15, so it's double 1. Feel free.
I'm going to try.
Or was it 3? Is it close enough?
Yeah, reroll.
Yeah.
Sadly, they're not
How
valid.
long should not be
That
completely
high.
ridiculous.
If only.
Okay, shall I put them away in the...
Oh, that's a good idea. Do you want to
Yeah.
whack them on the carrot case and then prepare for tomorrow? Now what do you do?
Yeah, they'll all stay in a line, all facing where they are, just because why not?
Sure.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I think in lots of places that was unfortunate. So, the Kraken not killing those chariots is pretty bad. Now, they obviously countercharge chariots. They'll be hitting on 4, so they won't kill it. But the dragon gets an extra chance to kill the gigas, and probably will. And then you've got an unfettered dragon in the back of your line, which you don't want. Obviously, the chaff not dying on the first turn was pretty bad, allowing a countercharge. So now there's some damage going on, and the Kraken is going to. Well, Kraken's unleashed, isn't it? It's just there, just sitting. Chris has decided to ignore it, which is fair enough because you're taking out the bigger threat, which is the flying unit. So the grey attacks have charged out of the terrain into these frogs. They are a murder machine. If they don't kill them, it's going to be really bad because there's going to be a coral giant in your flank. But he's decided that little character, which is the special character, needs dealing with. So it's got Morax going right into him without ensnare because it's in the rear, which is unfortunate. And then at the top, because it is the bottom of 3, so the chariots and the war drum on chariots move forward. So Chris made a really silly mistake in leaving that war drum out of nerve range. At the last turn, he's not repeating that mistake. He's making sure it's exactly where it needs to be to give an extra 2 nerve to both the dragon, the chariots, the grey tags, everything, nightmare. And then there is some murdering of a knucker going on down the bottom here.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. I'll just bane chant somewhere else, it's fine.
Okay, go and chant somewhere else. There's a Bane chant!
Yes! Double success.
That's good. Okay, let's do Gak. 7 attacks.
Go for
You
it.
want?
Yeah.
Snare.
Back on that.
Not good, Gak.
Good. Only negated 1 attack that time.
And 2s with Vicious. Only 3.
Put some on 8 though.
Bit 4, 7, and 12 from these guys.
6s.
1, 2, 3. So 1 above. And 4s. 2 more. Go, go.
The
Orclings.
Orclings, they hate snakes.
10. Yeah, so he's a dead fellow.
Yeah.
My mistake with the knucker, obviously.
Actually, no, Gak won't pivot. Gak will
Need to, does he?
just sidestep. But then he's going to get stuck. I want to be able to run around, so we'll do that. Let's do these ones, because if this goes wrong, I'm in big trouble. So 3s and 3s.
So you get 25 dice.
No, they're only 20, the Morax.
They're 25 dice, right? So
Yeah.
you call me.
Oh, sorry. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm not missing one. Oh, missed anyway. Not terrible.
Not at all.
Better than versus Steve.
Dead
Hey,
chap.
what? Oh, rude.
And 3s. Oh, that's bad. That's very bad. That's very, very bad. 7.
7 puts him up to 8. Still a reasonable roll will do it.
6.
12, 14.
That's a 7.
And again.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
Boing.
That's fine. Had that been in snare, had I...
Yeah, no,
turned
exactly,
it.
exactly. So
But again, I'm learning there, so that's okay.
if we do this,
Was it worth throwing him
can
away
we
to try and
be
take that risk?
dirty?
I don't know.
Can we be dirty? Give you a front charge, like so. I think I can't get away with it. 3 inches. It's a front charge and you can't fit. There's the arc.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't hit. That's fine.
Sexy.
Very sexy.
Was that
War
just
drum.
directed at me? I say right.
War drum, do it, son. No, 1 hit.
In snare. So is it?
No, nothing.
Of course, it's in snare.
Son of a
Collar
bitch.
giant.
We'll do the chariots because they are the least important. Oh, let's do the bull first. 3 attacks on 4s
Who's that? Sorry,
and
the bull. Yeah.
the bull and crush.
Defense
One.
5.
Crush one.
So crush 1, thunder 1 off the hill.
I just crush 1.
Oh yeah.
So 2 wounds.
1 wound.
Crush 1, Thunder 1 off the
Crush
hill.
1, Thunder 1. You came off the hill.
It's not Crush 1. Oh, right.
The bull is Crush 1 in it, yeah. So,
Yeah,
so
because
2
of the
wounds
lamp one, yeah.
and the fire is nothing.
I forget about that. Yeah.
We'll do the dragon into these guys, so 3s and 3s because they're big
Again.
shields.
You're Crush 3, aren't you?
Yeah, so 5.
5 more, so that's now 16.
There's a 5.
And again.
Reroll because the guy's alive. 7.
You guys are dead.
We'll just have to turn because you're going to charge me with the Centurion and not much I can do about it. So we're facing.
Yeah, he's facing that way.
We're facing that way. Chariots 4, 8, 12. No rampage or slayer, whatever it is this time.
Snare.
It's pretty good. And crush 1. So 3s.
Yeah.
Ooh, lots of 2s.
4.
4. Cheeky waiver. No.
Nope.
And the most important one.
Ended Great Axe.
4s and 2s.
That's because you bench onto them.
They got the Bane chant off, thankfully. Otherwise, it's been more dark. I mean, I had no choice but to charge, but
How did
That
you gain
was
chance?
insane.
Go from the chariot.
the chariot. Look at that.
That was insane.
18 out of 25.
Ow.
Oh well. Had it not been.
Goodbye, frogs.
Yeah. Had it average roll, that'd be survived
It
though.
should be what, 12, 13, yeah. Oh, a couple of ones. Still pretty good though. 5, 10, 15. There's a 9.
There we go.
Now you're in trouble.
That chicken's like.
And we're just going to stay where we are. Because they can charge everything. Giant's got to charge the drum. Can't go past them.
Okay.
If you don't kill it, I mean you will kill it because I moved.
So it's
my
1
guy
point
out
each
this time.
and turn 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so Slime's situation is not great. However, there's a couple of small things in there which do change the lay of the battlefield a little bit because I missed them earlier and I apologise for that. The first is that his Centurion is alive up here and can go into that dragon, so the dragon can still be locked down. The second is that the Kraken and the Coral Giant here, there is actually a War Drum that's gone into the Coral Giant to stop it flanking into those great attacks. That's unfortunate, but the Kraken is still kind of trundled forward into those. Actually, can it go in to the... Let's find out in a bit. I can't actually see, and I haven't listened to it yet. We're watching it together as we go through. Please don't believe I put any amount of preparation into this. I was there in the room, but it was quite a while ago. The other thing is the tournament character. You did hear him roll the bull, which is the tournament character. There is another tournament character, which is the cockerel, here played by the chicken from the Wrong Trousers. You can see him here. He's gone into the Great Axe, which is hilarious. However, the Great Axe will murder him and then overrun probably into something like the Coral Giant, possibly. And then down the bottom here, the Ensnarers have decided to actually do something, and they've decided to kill some Orclings, which is fair enough. I would too. Things aren't quite hopeless for Simon, I would say. I think things are in a bad place, but he's going to get all 3 points off of this top token because of the Ensnarers. And then the Ensnarers, as long as they can take care of Gakamak, might actually play a part. The Kraken here needs to survive a turn against these chariots, but then he's going to get dragon and charioted. But then if this Kraken here can take out these Morax, then it's going to have a part to play as long as it can take out the Great Axe. So it is looking quite thin on the ground for the Trident Realm with this list. But that's what happens when you take lots of monsters. Let's find out.
So, Naiads into your Orclin Swarm. You want to know something funny about this? I got Hammer of Measured Force. And I just knew I was either never going to face Defence 6 or I was going to face lots of Defence
Or are they
Ridiculous.
3? Oh, Defence 3.
Just pray you face
only
Dan Wright
one.
tomorrow. Dan Wright's got all defense.
Yay for Hammer.
I think you'll be alright. So,
7?
8 damage.
so 4 twice.
Dead.
So 4 just?
5.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's even higher.
To the tray, sir!
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
To the tray.
Back up.
Your model bitch that I am. I don't know, bitch.
Yeah, nice. Fair enough. I'm not going to do anything with Jack now.
Just gonna have to run over here.
Character against your character. So Centurion
5s
against
and 4s, yeah. 3s, 5 attacks on 3s and 4s.
3s and 4s.
I was hoping for more misses there.
Come on.
Make it dicey.
He's warming up. He's warming up.
He's got it.
3 damage.
3 damage. What's he up to?
Much.
11?
11.
6. No, sorry, 7.
7.
He's 18.
18.
But he's
It's
rallied
way
by
bigger.
the drum this time.
So he's 19, 21. So he's alright.
He's not wavered.
Wasn't he?
19, 21.
17, 19 normally.
But he's rallied
Becomes
by the drum.
18.
It becomes 19, 21.
Because it's +2.
Yeah, +2 for the drums.
Damn
Plus
it.
one, plus 1 rally's never worth it, but +2.
+2 is
So that's fine. That's a good amount of damage on him anyway.
Yeah, he's toast pretty soon.
At some point.
Yeah.
Cracking into the chariots that you probably should have killed already. That's much better.
Nice. Yeah, they're on 9 already as well, so they should go.
3s, much better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's many wounds. 16.
That's a 9, dead. That's a 7. Stop.
You're gonna have to eat something.
Oh, and I should have regened him. Do you mind if I regen him now? Okay, it's only one measly one. That's what I get for forgetting to regen him. No, I'm not going to be able to face that way and this way. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. So I'm just going to pivot ever so slightly. So he's still in the front.
Yep.
But I can't get them in the front.
No,
There's
but
no
they won't be able to charge him anyway.
No.
Because I can't
Yeah,
pivot
yeah.
over your unit
Yeah,
to do it. And if I overrun, I'm going to hit the giant.
He's to save him then there, so. Okay, on with the drum. I'll get rid of that drum now. So,
Just
do you want me to just do the nerve test with that? Because that's a
25.
flank charging.
I want you to roll every single dice. No, go for it. Go on. It's not even inspired actually. I think I've pushed it. Oh no, it's just inspired by it.
Okay, so on the drum.
And again. He's gone. Did your job. Did your job.
The drum.
Isn't his
So
job to do
that
that?
pivots to face that way.
Yep.
So he's
Yep.
there in the front.
Yep.
He's facing a bit more this way.
Yep.
You're going to have to pivot, I fear,
Yep. That makes
because
sense.
of him.
Yeah.
So that's now a front
Yep.
on him.
Yep.
But the question is, can they now get the flank?
Nah, because this thing will be in the way.
But if they're not there,
How are they getting out of there?
if that doesn't hit anything, they might be able to charge over him.
Oh, that's true.
It's
They
not
could make the
mighty.
charge. They could make the charge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have done that. Combat first.
Should have done. But that
Didn't.
makes sense, and I don't do.
It's only
things
it's
like
threes. It's threes, and is he crush one?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
3s and 3s.
Threes.
that. Mighty
Thunder
Christian, mighty
Threes and
chicken,
3s.
mighty.
There you go.
What am I doing?
Watch it. Oh,
That was 3
I want you
hits.
to reroll.
Try that again.
I want you to reroll.
Sorry, 3 hits.
2 wins. Okay.
I got 3 hits. Yay! 10-3 over there.
No.
3s. There you go.
What?
Eh? You did it twice.
No, sorry, you didn't
I
have
rolled
to
the
roll
hit,
it again.
and I rolled the damage.
Oh, okay. So 3.
You
Okay.
have to roll to hit and wound.
Yeah, no.
But you re-rolled your hits.
Yeah, you re-rolled the hits.
I didn't re-roll the hit. I did the hit in there to show on the camera.
Oh,
Okay.
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 So it doesn't
Whatever,
matter. Whatever it is,
whatever,
it's not
whatever.
important. 2 wins, 3 wins doesn't matter.
You need a double 6 to away with him.
Nev?
Yes.
Doesn't work like that.
They didn't hear
Whisper softly.
Don't you believe in the Harry Potter magic?
you. No.
Right, that's them damage. So that's fine.
So
That's enough. Gives me a
possibly.
to think about.
No, I don't think so.
And that's
I
the
can
end of
overrun, I guess.
That's the end of that then. Your turn.
Overrun.
Okay, so this pretty much all went as planned with a few notable exceptions. So the Morax up here went into the Kraken. The Great Axe went into the Cockerel, the little chicken. I know it's penguin. The intention to overrun into the Coral Giant. Now at the top where the dragon was on the Centurion, he's ignored the Centurion, who I assume was in his flank. He's just run forward and hit the Kraken, allowing these chariots, which you can't quite see behind the dragon now, to come into the Centurion. This drum here is just providing support, some rallying all around. Gakamak has decided not to face off against a horde of ensnarers because that would be stupid, and instead he's wanging his way around the back here to join in for turn 5 and 6. So yeah.
So 2 heal. So we'll heal the big guy, I think. See what happens. So he's rallying them.
It's not on. So just roll your heels.
No, okay, fair enough. Only 1, so back down to 10. Would have been nice to get at least 2 or 3 of that. Okay. Combat.
Go for it.
No inspiring. Yeah. And I've got 2 dice. Okay, so we'll do the Morax into the Kraken. So 4s and 3s, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, I didn't roll my Bane Chant. We're going to Bane Chant the Morax. There we do. So 4s and 2s.
How come 2 dice spells never work?
I know, I've hit it 3 out of 3. I mean, it's not going to happen tomorrow now, which is really annoying. That's pretty good.
Ridiculous rolling, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, Steve, maybe I will borrow your dice tomorrow.
Yeah.
Certainly if I'm going to play Sai. It's the best my dice have ever been against Sai. So 2s. He's just going to regen it all anyway. So what's that, 10? That's very good.
That's an exceptional roll.
And a 7 is not going to break him, right?
It's a waiver then.
That might waver them, yeah.
I'll take that. Just don't regen it all, please. The dragon, 6, 10 on 4s. Yep. Oh, sorry.
Including that one.
Oof. There you go.
That's a bit
Evens
better.
out, doesn't it?
I kind of wished it was everything.
And only 1 damage. Good job, dragon. And that's not on a double 6. And then we're going to do the horde into. So counter charge. Roll that one. On 3s.
Onto the chicken.
Not best. That's a 2, sorry. Another 2. I can't see. And crush 2, so
Defensible.
Yeah, 2s.
You've got to your ball, by the way.
Oh yeah, I think I'll go back to that actually. So 12.
Oh, yep.
And then overrun into the giant. I forgot to do the bull. Can I do that, please?
Yeah, sure.
So D3 on. Sorry. D3. 1 damage on the Kraken. 2 on the giants. And 1 on the other Kraken. So it's still a waiver on the other Kraken. Okie dokie. On these guys, we'll overrun. 3 inches, so they'll then hit the giant. Like so. These guys are basically touching him, so he shouldn't be able to charge. And is the giant in snare as well?
Yeah.
Yes. When you do damage to the giant, you need a nerve test. If you
No,
don't
no
get a
nerve test on the.
No, I know it's not from the book, but that means Iron Resolve doesn't kick in.
No.
That's rather hilarious.
So 4s again, because of your goddamn
Not that it
snare.
seems to matter to you, although, yeah.
No, there's
Quite a few
quite
missed
a
there.
lot.
That's fine.
I seem to have acquired an extra dice. I don't know how that's happened. Look, that's
Didn't
a lot.
work when hindered, it didn't work.
That's a lot of misses.
That is, yeah.
That's an appalling roll.
They're getting tired. They're getting tired.
He's a very big giant. See, they were distracted by the.
They ate
Yeah.
the 2
Shell
full on
bikini.
Shell
chicken,
clams.
and then crushed 2. So, oh my god, look at that!
Oh,
2
wow.
damage.
2 damage. They're really distracted by her shell bikini.
Okay,
You're
I'm going to
okay.
preempt that and put them on 3 wounds thanks to Iron Resolve.
Ah, dear lord. And then the chariots,
Not going to matter, of course.
2 on them, so it's 5, 10, 14 on 3s and 2s. Yeah, I feel the same.
Oh, look at that, they're all ones.
Oh, that's good conversion. 11.
Yep.
There's a 10
Again.
and a 7.
There's that.
Ready to murder the Kraken when you kill my dragon.
Alright.
Turn
So
4
that was-
for 5.
So again, token each.
So as we enter into turn 5, it is not entirely hopeless for Simon. The odds are still stacked against him, I would say, but he still has a chance. So these ensnarers have turned around, so they're going to take the token, and then they're going to come in the next turn. I'm not sure we'll have anything to charge, but if it's a turn 7, they'll definitely be in the game. The Kraken here, this Kraken, regened 6 of its wounds, down to 5. So it may yet survive. Unfortunately, it is going to have Gakamak in the flank, which is not going to help the situation. If this Coral Giant can somehow kill these Greytax, I mean, that's a big ask. I'm not going to lie, it's bigger, but it's got Rampage. So, 2d6 extra attacks. It's not massively... I mean, it's a big ask. However, he's got 2 turns to do it. Then the center is a little bit better, and like they said during the combat there, while this Kraken here will almost certainly kill this dragon, it is going to then get murdered probably by these chariots. Although again, it did regen wounds down to about 3. So let's see, it's getting quite tense.
Right, so combat. We'll start with the Kraken.
Oh, okay.
I'm finally going to get to kill this bloody dragon.
I guess they can die for those great acts.
Threes. Wow. 3.
3 damage on
The dragon,
big boy. Okay, so
13.
it's up to 13. So it's an 8 twice.
That's a 9.
Reroll.
That's a 7.
He's wavered. He's got fury. They're just going to slug it out for the rest of the day now.
Nope. And here.
Yeah, because your chariots can't see.
No.
They're like, hey, oh, what's going on over there?
As long as they're within scoring range, it's okay.
Coral Giant against your big horde. 2d6 extra attacks. That's 11 extra.
It's only a 3-inch. 2d6, 11 extra attacks. Oh, goodbye, Great Axe.
Oh dear.
They're fresh, aren't they?
They're out of rally range. No, they had 3 damage.
I was wondering that.
So you might actually pick them up. They are inspired, but they're not fury. They've only got the...
Well, I'm only hitting on 4s, and the 4s can be rather swingy.
Yeah, that's pretty good though.
It's okay.
Crush 1. Not crush 1. Why can't I say crush 1? That's 2 to hit.
Crush a zillion. Crush
Shoot
2.
me in the head.
Crush lots.
So,
2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So 15.
12 damage.
And brutal.
That's pretty fucking good.
So 16 effective.
Yeah.
16 and 6. 24.
22
That dead?
is wavered. Because they're 22, 23, because my drum is just out of range.
No! That giant did
Wings
exceptional.
We'll get the wings there, Chris, because that's going to be important.
How many wins was it?
Lots. They're up to 15 in total. No. Yes.
15 wins. So there you go. Despite my disparaging remarks, the Coral Giant knocked it out of the park. Very nearly killed the Great Axe. Would have been quite a different game then, I think. As it is, they are wavered. Everything else pretty much went as you'd expect, except that we found out that the chariots actually could see the Kraken past the dragon, so there was a multi-charge there onto the Kraken here at the top, and then Morax and Gakamak into the Kraken at the bottom. The whip did, I think, it loosed off a couple of lightning bolts at the Coral Giant, but didn't do much damage. So yeah, let's see how it rolls out, because Chris needs to kill some stuff. Otherwise, Simon's got a very credible chance to win the game.
Bane Chant on Morax. Can we get it this time? Yes, we can, for the 4th time out of 4 with 2 dice. I'm going to miss every single one tomorrow.
We can die.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so Morax into the Kraken. So they are 4s and 2s.
Yeah.
Lots of misses, lots of misses. About average. In fact, pretty much exactly average. 8.
8.
Plus Gak on 2s and 2s. 1 miss. And Vicious. 4 more from Gak.
On to 17.
1. That isn't. Oh, thank God, because the second one was a double 1. The second one was a double 1.
You're mocking me, Chris.
These guys are out of charge range at the moment, so they're just going to pivot. Gak will.
You pivoted them into charge range, of course.
That's true. Yeah. I think we're okay still.
I think this is Chris showing how good the Orcs are.
Good to Orcs are great.
Killing you.
You're not going to be able to fit in there, so Dragon And we're going to get very wet on the way back into
That'll be alright.
Dragon on 4s. Fucking ensnare, man. That's so dirty. 3.
So that puts them onto 5.
Chariots with the Slayer, only 1. So 4, 8, 13 on 4s. And,
That's ridiculous. It's not going to help.
And 2s.
Yeah.
There's another 1 in there, of course.
That puts them up to 8.
Yeah, no enough. 6 is okay.
Excellent.
And that's that, isn't it?
Now on to turn 6.
So again, we each score 1.
Yeah.
So you've basically got to kill everything in here.
Yeah.
Okay, so something interesting came up during this term, which was that Chris was under the impression the central objective was another dominate circle, but of course it's an actual normal objective with a 3-inch radius of control. So he's been arranging his stuff 12 inches from it. So there you go, live and learn. It's not that. So then 3 each, and it's turn 6. So what needs to happen for Simon to win is for him to kill the Great Axe Horde with his Coral Giant, and then overrun enough so that the Morax can't flank him. He also needs to kill the dragon with his Kraken and turn so that the chariots can't get in to the Coral Giant. So, it's very doable. It's just going to be tricky. And then on turn 7, who knows what's in? Because, of course, these ensnarers are waiting to pounce. Gakamak's in their flank, can't do anything about it. There is, every possibility that this could get quite interesting.
That's the issue there.
So I definitely should have healed that guy.
Okay, so
That's
combat.
really good for listening to me.
Starting with the big Smegger.
You rigged it, Steve.
Oh, wait. This is crucial.
How many wounds is he on?
1 million.
The big giant. How many is he on the target dragon?
He was on 13. That's got tipped over.
So, here we go. 4s to hit. That. Where was this before? Look at this, Chris. Where was that
Sorry,
before?
can I stop you? Can I stop you?
No, I don't think so. No, you can't stop me. Why?
What's going on?
What's that?
I was going to say, I think you need to do that one first, so you can kill them in sidestep. Because if you don't, that's not in range, if you see what I mean. So you have to do that
How
combat.
many have you got in range of the objective?
So I've got 1, right? So I've got 5 at the moment.
Let's use that in.
Yeah.
Objectives should be a bit further. No, the objectives there.
Okay.
It's a bit further.
All right. Okay.
In which case you had to position that different, I assume.
Okay. All right. So the Kraken is then in. Yeah.
I don't mind if you want to position.
Yeah.
that
No.
different,
I'll
that
move
way
them
that
over
is.
because I was playing it off that. But I was going to say
It's
the
also
Kraken's-
underneath your unit more as well.
Okay.
So you've got that in, and that. So you've got 3 units in. And I've got.
Okay. As long as that one is in.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there
I
it's slightly
understand.
out, so you'd have to kill that first, so that he could then kill that and sidestep.
No, I appreciate that consideration.
But carry on.
So,
Carry on.
yeah. So you have 5, I have
Mhm.
potentially 2. So against your dragon, that was the hit, to wound. 3s. Sure. 7.
Puts him on 20.
Die!
It's not devastated.
5.
Reroll.
Reroll. 5. Dead.
Dragon doesn't fit in the box. I have no idea how to take it to tournaments for
Okay.
it. We're just
I'll
going to
carry it on my lap.
Yeah,
We're just
literally.
going to do that, so they're in the front.
Yeah.
Okay, the
Sit
big
in that
giant.
house. He's going to sit in the house.
Tell you how different this game is for the giant. I played it with the Slayer upgrade in the last game I played against my brother, and he went up against a regiment of dwarf bullwalkers, and he fluffed it. Couldn't hit anything. They killed him in melee. This is the difference. Rampage. So Rampage, you get a 7 this time. More logical. 4s. And 2s.
Oh wait, I'll go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So I still
8 damage
on these guys.
on the horde.
Wherever 15 plus 8 is, it's a lot.
Not devastated.
23.
10.
Reroll for whip.
That's why I needed to kill Will. 10. Splitch.
Another way.
Overrun.
I would have moved these.
I'm going to
guys
do this on
through
the
as well.
camera.
Yeah, go on.
6 inches.
Down.
Stop here.
Doesn't quite contact the
No.
enough.
You're okay then, because that's not gonna do it.
Bloody hilarious.
So how am I going to manage this then?
Yeah.
So you stumped me, you bastard.
I know.
So brief, most fleeting of feeling of victories was unfortunately robbed away when Chris realised he could just put the chariots into the Kraken, and even if he didn't kill it, they're still within range of the token and more unit strength, so he would then win a 4-2. However, if there is a turn 7 and the countercharge kills the chariots, we are back to square one. So he also sticks Gakamak into the flank of the Kraken to see what he can do, and the Morax block up the Naiad Ensnarers to stop them coming in to help. They'll just sit there flapping since they're now hitting on 5s. We completely forgot. There's a unit of Orclings at the back that I don't know what they've been doing, but they've wandered forward as well to see, just in case there's a turn 7, they might be able to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Anyway, let's see how this one goes.
So we'll do 7 from Jack.
Oh,
No, let's do the drum first because that's the inconsequential one. Oh, and we will. He's going to come to here, and he will weakness that thing. Yes, he will. 5.
Yep.
And then let's do the drum first. So ensnare, I presume. So 5s.
Yep.
And 4s. 1 wound. Cheeky double 6 here. Ooh.
He recovers the wound he done, so he's on 4.
You son of a. Let's do the chariots. Did you attack them? No.
I didn't hit the challenge.
No,
I
you
hit the
didn't.
Triton.
Yeah. Okay. So 2 on the rampage. So 4, 8.
But I do need to remember that if I can disorder them, they lose a lot.
Yeah.
Lose Thunderous
So
and
4s and 2s. Not bad. 2s. 3 1s. 5.
5. That puts him on to 9.
And then Gak in the flank. No. So he hits with everything. And 2s with
And
vicious.
that one.
So 7 from him. Good job, Gak.
16. Yeah, he swung that.
That's an 8. That's firing. Right. Chariots will stay where they are because he's there, so you can't charge me.
So turn 7 is irrelevant, actually.
Yeah. He has to kill them and
Overrun 20.
Kill both of them.
How would you kill the chariots?
I'm not saying if that. I'm saying if I could. That's what I need to try and do to win. Obviously, I can't. So yeah.
Morax on 5s. You bastard. I mean, they've hit better on the 5s than they have on anything else. Look at that. That's pretty good. Half. And 2s. Yeah, 2s is okay because they crush 1. So. Oh, is there another one? Sorry. Cheating again. Cheating over. They're fine.
Yeah, fine.
Turn 7. No.
No, didn't think so.
Unlucky, Si. I thought you were going to have me there.
Oh yeah, that was close.
I thought you were going to have me.
And there you have it, an anticlimactic ending. The Kraken couldn't quite stand up to the onslaught of Gakamak, lopping its tentacles off from the side. See, in my last game I was terrified of Gakamak for good reason. Perhaps a little bit too terrified though. So, yep, Simon fought right down to the end. It was very close. It ended up as a 4-3 victory to Chris. Thanks both to Chris Lynch, UK Master, and Simon Cooper for playing and letting me film it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. A little bit something unusual. Not me cocking up at the table, but two actually good players playing. Two unusual armies you don't normally see, Orcs and Trident Realm. So I hope you enjoyed that. We shall close here. And soon we will be on to, actually I have a tournament report for you. A tournament report hopefully from Northern Kings GT, which I'm going to shortly with my goblins. Until next time, thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time on Death by Dragons.